SpongeBob AirPants, the lost episode. Prologue. Last week, a never-before-seen episode of SpongeBob SquarePants was discovered at Nickelodeon Studios. The world is waiting in anticipation to watch SpongeBob SquarePants, the lost episode. Here to present the lost episode from Encino, California, the president of the SpongeBob SquarePants fan club, Patchy the Pirate. Patchy poked his head out from behind a flower shower curtain. "Ahoy there, kiddies!" he said, his voice garbled by the sound of running water. "I'm just taking me shower." Patchy wore a shower cap over his skull and crossbones pirate hat, and a patch over one eye. Soap bubbles clung to his scruffy beard. What are you all doing here?" he asked. Patchy smiled to reveal his missing tooth. Patchy's loyal parrot Potty swooped onto the curtain rod. "They're here to see the lost episode," explained Potty. Patchy looked worried. But I haven't got the lost episode because I... Patchy paused to gulp. "Lost it," he finished. Then he started to cry. "It's lost!" Patchy sobbed. "So it's best if you forget all about good old SpongeBob SquarePants." Once Patchy was dried off and dressed, he sat on the couch screwing on his peg leg. "I can't believe I lost the lost episode," he said with a sigh. "I never lose anything." "What about your leg?" asked Potty. Patchy shrugged. "Well, yeah," he admitted. "And your eye?" added Potty. "And the eye," Patchy said. "And your hand?" Potty continued. Patchy examined his hook, then shot the parrot a dirty look. "Oh, get out of here, you blasted bird!" he shouted. "If only I could remember where I lost the lost episode." Patchy stood up and folded his arms across his chest. Suddenly, there was the sound of squealing brakes and crash! Something flew through the living room window, hitting Patchy right in the nose and knocking him to the ground. "What is it?" asked Potty excitedly. "It's a videotape," Patchy said in disbelief. "It's a lost episode of SpongeBob I lost." The videotape was cleverly labeled SpongeBob, the lost episode. "It's a dream come true," said Potty. Patchy ran into his kitchen and returned to the living room carrying an armful of snack food. He set the snacks down on the end table next to his lazy pirates. "Popcorn, soda, pickled garlic. Hurry, Potty, hit the remote!" Patchy cried. "This is going to be great! I can't believe it! Never before seen SpongeBob!" Patchy shook the bag of popcorn and kernels flew everywhere. "This is so exciting! Here it comes!" The video began to play. "And now," said the TV announcer, "the lost episode." Chapter 1. It was a beautiful day in Bikini Bottom. The water was pleasantly warm and the sun was shining brightly above the surface. SpongeBob stood poised on a rolling green hill, jellyfish net in hand, staring in awe at the spectacle of dozens of beautiful translucent jellyfish floating all around him. SpongeBob's fingers tightened around the net's handle. Now he wanted to catch one. A lone jellyfish, possibly the most beautiful specimen SpongeBob had ever seen, hovered nearby. In a flash, SpongeBob fashioned his body into a spring and bounded after the jellyfish. The jellyfish paused for a moment, and so did SpongeBob, net cocked over his head. Suddenly, SpongeBob looked down. He was no longer poised on a rolling green hill. Instead, he was standing on nothing. SpongeBob's spring-like body uncoiled and he plummeted down head first. Kaplunk! "Ow!" SpongeBob moaned, rubbing his head. SpongeBob looked up to see a single jellyfish swimming by, and then a school of them silhouetted against the sunlight. He was awestruck. "I salute you, O majestic jellyfish," SpongeBob began. "Your command of the sky is unmatched. floating just out of the reach of my net, but near enough that I could see your untamed beauty. Seized by a moment of pop star inspiration, SpongeBob burst into song. If only I could join you there in the air, floating free, without a care. I wish I could fly and see things with a different eye. I would fly so very high and touch the sky, and never have to ask why it is that I can't fly. His reverie was interrupted by a memory of something that his grandfather had always told him. Wait a minute, SpongeBob said. I'm forgetting the famous last words of Grandpa SquarePants. He envisioned his grandpa, cane in hand, saying, If we were meant to fly, we'd have propellers on our heads or jet engines on our backs. Then Grandpa disappeared. SpongeBob snapped his fingers. That's it! I'm gonna follow Grandpa SquarePants' advice. By gum! He decided. I'll invent a flying machine. Stay tuned for Chapter 2, coming up soon.